The most common thing people say to me in sex therapy is, I didn't really feel like it, but we had sex and it was great. And afterwards I said, why don't we do that more? That's responsive desire. It emerges out of sexual activity. The problem of long-term relationships is that we see a decline in what I call sexual currency. So how we relate to each other as sexual beings. We start to see sex a bit like an on-off switch. So we're either having sex or the rest of the time we're not being sexual together. You know, we're not passionately kissing unless it's part of sex. We're not sending each other those flirty messages we used to at the beginning. We're not spending time lounging around in bed on a Sunday morning, being naked together in a way that might kickstart desire. So these low levels of sexual currency and these high levels of familiarity, seeing the same person every day, means our brains just don't code them as sexual stimuli in the same way.
So for everyone that's in a relationship and you're consistently seeing the same person on a day-to-day basis, I really do agree with this. The level of familiarity that you have with your partner compared to the level of engagement that you have sexually generally declines in relationships. They say don't get married unless you want to stop having sex. But why is that? It's because we're not consistently cultivating sexual experiences. Sure, kids can get in the way, jobs can get in the way, relatives can get in the way, whatever it may be. But the reality is a relationship, especially a sexual relationship, it takes commitment and it takes cultivation. You cannot get complacent in your sexual relationship with your partner. Massaging, kissing, spending time with each other, making date nights, putting things on the calendar, which is like, hey, we're going to be with each other with no other distractions in this period of time, and we'll see what happens. It doesn't mean that you're going to have sex every time, but you could engage in foreplay. You could engage in an interesting situation where you try something new together. You could get involved in some sort of kink or fetish. If you're not actively cultivating your sexual relationship, it will wither and die.